Okay, ready for takeoff, runway 32. Looks like this plane's already trimmed for takeoff. I'm not going to deal with the radio today. I'm just going to try to fly a good, clean, precise pattern. Looking like a pretty close, a little too tight to the runway. Too high and too slow. Beam of the bars, so we'll start the descent. I'm going to take this out a little further because I'm too close to the runway. Downwind is too close. Way too close. I'm just gonna do a U-turn. I'm not gonna really bother with base leg right now because I'm so close. I'll just treat this as a short field or a what's that called? A short approach or something. So I got all my flaps in. I do have a pretty good looking glide slope, so I'm gonna put my power back to 1700 RPM. Yeah, I got a really good glide slope going here. 2/2. 2 red, 2 white. Oh, I'm a little low now. Put a little more power in. Okay, I'm going to cut the power. Pitch down to the numbers and start pulling up. I hit the ground. But I'm going to try to hover right over the runway. So I bleed off all that energy. There we go. All right, let's do another touch and go. Got a little distracted with the radio the last crosswind I was turning, so I kind of lost track of where I was supposed to turn to downwind. Now I'm 500 feet AGL. I can turn to crosswind. Dark out here. I'm gonna turn my lights on. Turn the nav lights on too. Really turn my nav lights on. Alright, breach pattern altitude. Pitch down. Some airspeed. Throttle down to cruise. A little further away now. It's a little better. It's a little better. I might have time for a real base leg. Start the descent. Then we'll mount your flaps. This was probably a good place to turn to base. It'll be a real short one. I'm just going to straighten out, put in some flaps, and continue to turn to final. Get a little steeper. There we go. Looks like I'm pretty high. So I'm just going to cut the power to idle, put in flaps, all full flaps. Really put in full flaps. So I'm just gliding in right now on idle. Airspeed's good in 70. Except for when it's not. So we'll pitch down a little because I got plenty of altitude. Alright, now I'm getting in the glide slope. Put the power back in for a minute. Now I'll put the power out. There's my flare. Hold it right there above the runway. Right above the runway. Pull up. Pull up, pull on, touchdown. Well, that was pretty smooth. I'm pleased with that. Let's do it again. All right, there's my rotation speed. 500 AGL. I'm going to make that turn to crosswind right now. There it is. Keep the descent coming. Don't see any traffic. I am approaching the pattern altitude. I'm going to start another standard rate turn to downwind while I reduce the power, pitch down to get my airspeed up. All right, now I'm parallel the runway, and I look like I'm a good distance away. I think that should look a little bit more like that. So I'm pretty satisfied with this pattern. Starting to lose altitude, but it's about time to start the descent. So I'm putting a notch of flaps in, reduce the power, start that descent. I'm gonna pause for a minute this next landing and maybe turn the lights on in the room so my VR tracking can work a little better. Well, it looks like this is a good time to turn to base. So I'm gonna turn to base. Probably a little early. So I'll stop the turn, put in the second notch of flaps, cut the power. Got too much altitude from here. So I'll cut the power, turn to final, full flaps in, descend at 10 at 1,000 feet per minute until some red pappies come on. Airspeed's looking all right. Yeah, I don't think I need any more energy. Yeah, I think I'm be all right. Yeah, there goes the pappies. So I'm in the glide slope now. I'm going to do a flare, just hover over the runway, keep pulling up, get centered, and touchdown. Alright, I'm going to exit the runway real quick. Turn the lights on to maybe try to improve my tracking, my VR tracking. Alright. Let's try it again. 500 AGL. Make the turn to crosswind. Alright, there's my crosswind target. Don't see any traffic. We'll hang out here and get a little distance while I continue the ascent. This is probably a good time to continue the pattern, turn left to downwind. There's almost a pattern altitude, so I'm gonna throttle down, pitch down to get some airspeed. Gonna cruise for a little bit, trim it, give it a little trim for this configuration. Now I'm going to start throttling down for the descent. Pull up a little, get in the white arc, activate my flaps. So I'm over the mall. I think that's, wait, that's not a mall, that has shipping containers. I don't know what that is, but let's go ahead and make our turn to base now. There's looks like there's some sort of soccer field or something down there. All right, I got too much speed. I'm too close. I'm gonna give another notch of flaps. Cutting the power again, making a left to final. I overshot the runway a little. Full flaps. The runway real good. Okay, we're catching the glide slope now. We'll give it a little more power. Just a little bit, make it to the runway, and cut the power again. Now I'm gonna hover right above the runway. There we go. I'll do one more. Try to get that pattern a little better. Try to extend my downwind a little bit more. This will be my last one. All right, we got 500 feet AGL. Left turn to crosswind. Now I pretty much aim at that little peninsula over there. Yeah, that should be enough distance from the runway. We'll make a left to downwind. Yeah, there's my pattern altitude. We're going to pitch down. Set the throttle down to cruise. Start the descent. I got past the bars a while ago. Trying to find a good landmark to make that turn to final on. I've been consistently short on my downwinds. Go all the way to this intersection. Yeah, okay, that's probably good. I guess maybe this is a mall of some sort. Alright, so I think this is a respectable base leg here. Put in my second notch of flaps. Go a little slow, but I am on a pretty good glide slope, so I'm going to keep it right where I am. Pitch it down a little to catch the glide slope. Making the left to final. Getting that glide slope really good. So now I got my full flaps in. At 70 knots. Got 1700 RPMs of power. I'm gonna correct my alignment a little. A little high and slow, so I'm pitching down to fix that. I got my red pappy back. It's real good. Alright, got my second red pappy, so we're 2 and 2. We're right above the runway entrance, so I'm going to throttle down to idle, and I'm going to flare right above that runway and hold it right above the runway. Holding it right around the runway. I think I made my touchdown. Alright, I was a little bit too far to the right that time, but I'm going to call it a day. radio's already off, so turn these. Yay! Didn't count any of my landings, but it did count my takeoff. Okay. Alrighty. And tracker. Tweet this flight. And let's see if it's showing up. Looks like it is. January 16. Okay. So I've been here for 22 minutes. Alright. Looks pretty rectangular. I think I did a pretty good job keeping the rectangles. I think this one was a little close. Yeah, that was the one where I came real close to the runway. So we'll play it back. Me going the wrong way, or get placed in runway 14 by the line. I think I had 1.44 there, 1.9, 1 B, but I didn't see it was on. Look at my landing stat. I got a pretty good 45 angle, 90 angle on the wind correction. The distance round track. Final approach. You have to kind of swing in and correct. That was where I had a really short downwind. Obviously got pretty good wind correction there. Pretty parallel, straight downwind. Still trying to get inside a little. Help a little bit. Going all on, really cheap in. Then I'm correcting, going back out. Base is pretty parallel. Okay, so on average, my landing rate was 181. My landing G-force was 102. Okay. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any pointers for me. See you next time.